right, moving on. Nintendo's next console is codenamed NX.
Ooh.
And it reportedly has industry-leading chips and...
delicious Doritos.
Speaking of industry-leading chips, I'd like to take this moment to talk about Doritos.
Moment to thank our sponsors. I would love it if Game Soup were sponsored by Doritos.
I'd like to just have some industry-leading chips of any variety right now.
Yeah, I'd go for some Lay's.
Just lunchtime.
Lay's would be good.
Industry-leading chips and a 2016 release window.
Yeah. All right. So the 2016, they've talked about some before, but industry-leading chips. Okay, so Nintendo. It's not like Nintendo can't.
I can't say it.
Okay, let's just talk about technology.
Yeah.
It's not like Nintendo can't make great processor technology. They've made cutting-edge systems before. You think about the GameCube. The GameCube was more powerful than the PlayStation 2, or at least when it came to what you could get out of it easily. It was certainly more user-friendly than the PlayStation 2 when it came out, and arguably more powerful. Nintendo has made cutting-edge technology many times before. The SNES, same thing, markedly more powerful than the Genesis.
And the Nintendo 64 and the
But they
NES.
haven't done that in a long time because they've got this kind of winning strategy where they make this, hey, this thing is neat or interesting in an inexpensive way, and they can combine price point and something cool. And with the Wii U, that did not work out. But with the Wii, that's what sold the thing. A neat technology that was also not that expensive.
This report also didn't confirm, but it also piled on the rumor that it's a console that's also a gamepad still with a handheld.
The quote is mobile unit that could either be used in conjunction with the console or taken on the road for separate use.
Which is a dream. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't just play from that device totally. Like maybe that just streams to your TV. That's what I would like. I don't know why it would need to be more powerful. Why you'd need more power in a separate box.
They can, like the Wii U, for all of its problems, the streaming technology that's in there is proprietary. It's Nintendo's own tech that they developed to get that the latency down so low. And I would be very surprised to not see that tech reused.
Well, they could still stream it too, like a Chromecast type thing. But I just wonder if there's like a box that adds power. Like that seems weird.
I think that's because of power. I think that's the problem. It's battery. Battery technology has not really kept up with processor ability, and it's hard to have a handheld that can really, really crank out the kind of graphics that something that's plugged into the wall can do.
You can't.
That's my suspicion.
Then you can't take it on the go.
Not everything. Yeah, I'd be surprised.
It'd be in your home.
With it.
Remember that guy was playing the Wii U on the train when it first came out?
No, I don't remember that.
So you can use a Wii U without a television entirely.
It just needs
so you can
power.
you just need to, if you have a train in Japan, you can just plug it into the wall.
I saw a picture of a guy on an airplane playing Wii U.
It's really funny.
Like the console was in his carry-on bag, and then he had just had the game.
But just the fact that that's like still like entertaining and appealing to me to like play something from a console like right on your handheld means like that's a market that they could totally target.
I played just as much solo Smash on my gamepad as I did on my TV. Like if I was just doing the Smash challenges and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I like everything about the Wii U except its kind of skinny software library and the high price points. I felt
that means we have to wait another like 6 years for a Zelda game using those new industry-leading chips.
I do want to point out industry-leading chips like Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft. They don't make their own chips. Like it's all contracted out to it's been AMD lately.
Yeah. They call them crisps in English.
Leading crisps.
That's really good. So I kind of question, it's like, I don't know, it's all about like, they contract, some other third party to make the guts that are going to be in the console, and then they tell them what the priority is going to be. Like the priority for the Wii U was we want this thing to boot up in a second.
Yeah.
Like the priority was less about the raw power of the device.
Yeah,
that was their priority at the first. They got it all wrong because it took like 30 seconds.
And like low power consumption, I think was another one. Like,
and I want to steal this. I think it's from Jeremy Parrish. The kings of good enough. A lot of their design philosophy is around offering something at a low price point.
Hardware design.
Exactly. Their hardware design philosophy is low price point, efficiency, get it into the hands of lots of people, and that didn't work out this generation. But they are an engineering company. I mean, that is their legacy, and they still think of themselves that way, I think. This is a company that has been creating hardware devices for decades.
Yeah, engineering and playing cards.
Yeah, and playing cards, absolutely. Hanafuda.
The Wii U launched in 2012, is that right?
I don't remember.
nobody knows.
No.
The year of Luigi,
no
that
way
was
to
the year
find out.
after, right?
Well, let's work backwards. It's 2015. PS4 and Xbox One have been out 2 years now. Mm-hmm. That's 2013. Wii U was the year before.
Okay, we did it.
All right.
We did it, everybody.
Well done, sir.
So, if the NX is out next year,
Yeah.
4 years, that's got to be one of the fastest turnarounds for a.
I don't know, the
hardware
Sega CD and the
manufacturer.
32X.
Well, the 32X was an
As
accessory,
additions.
though.
The
So
Dreamcast
it's
had 18 months in America.
What's that?
The Dreamcast had 18
Sorry,
months in America.
those are the
There was
examples
no
that you
follow-up.
use.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like.
Oh, I was talking about switching over.
Yeah.
So Genesis to Saturn to Dreamcast is really fast.
Oh, yeah, see that. Yeah,
Well,
Genesis was
no,
95.
Genesis was like 89.
Well, Genesis died in 90.
10 years there.
Genesis died in 95. They killed it really quick. 95 was Saturn, and by 99 it was Dreamcast.
Saturn was out in 95?
Yeah, Saturn came out at the
Saturn
end
and
of 95.
Dreamcast was really fast, but the Genesis totally had a long life.
Yeah, Genesis had a very long life, but they killed it quick. They could have gotten a couple of that. As I understand it,
because of the
Kalinske,
Saturn.
one of the reasons that he had like trouble with the Japanese branch was that he wanted to keep selling games for the
Well, that was the
Genesis
Super
for a while.
Nintendo's whole thing, right? Is that we're going to watch you guys put out a disc system and a 32X cartridge expansion, but we're just going to put out games with good chips in them that do the same thing.
Nintendo kind of in a tight spot right now. They don't have a choice. The NX has to come out. We use a disaster.
Yeah.
The company doesn't really make that many products. They have to do it. So I totally get that. But it coming out in 2016, right in the middle of the PS4 and Xbox One's lifespan, it just puts them in a weird position. Like these consoles, since the beginning of time, have always been at most a year apart, and the Dreamcast is the one exception because Sega was in a very similar boat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not trying to spell a scenario of doom here. It's just interesting. Like I don't really know what to make of it. Like
Well, they've killed things
they'll-
before.
They'll probably be like I suspect the NX will be as powerful, if not more powerful, than the PS4 and Xbox One. 3 years have
Yeah,
passed.
they did
Yeah.
this. They did this with the Virtual Boy and Nintendo 64.
Right, yeah, they've
they
killed
just
it.
swept it under the rug. They could easily do that with this. I would love to do graphics comparisons videos next year and have the Nintendo system be a little bit better than.
But it can't
stuff,
have.
but-
It can't do what the Wii U did and just have. Hey, here are the EA and Activision games from a year ago. Now we have them on our new console.
No, they're going to have to
They
do
would
more
do the
than that.
contemporary games, but it's going to take a cycle to get those in production.
Oh man, I don't know.
gonna be
I just
cool.
don't feel like Nintendo's stuck in a situation where like the Call of Duty on the Wii U was actually like pretty cool. It did some interesting stuff with the gamepad, but just like nobody cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. Like even and Mass Effect on Wii U was pretty cool. Like there's a bunch of games that are like, oh, this is pretty cool, but like none of that just moved the needle for them.
Yeah, it can't be its own. I don't think it can be its own thing again. Like it has to be a similar, just a video games machine, similar to the Xbox One and PS4, so all these companies can port their games to it.
Yeah, I do really want.
Which still didn't work for GameCube.
I didn't play.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't play Skyward Sword because I was kind of over the Wii motion controls by that point, and that's the first like mainline Zelda game that I've missed maybe ever. And so it made me realize I'm like, man, I've not played a Zelda in a long, long time. Like if they make that an NX exclusive, like
It's going to pour out there.
yeah, that'll sell.
I would be mad if they did that because, and people who own Wii U's right now should be too because
They promised.
we all wanted it for Wii U and now we have to wait for and buy another console to play. So
But we don't know that for sure yet. I mean,
Nope.
it could be a GameCube Wii thing with Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
With the same kind of situation.
It would also, if it didn't come to Wii U, would that be the first Nintendo console that didn't get its own Zelda game?
Didn't get its own Zelda.
the Wind Waker HD was pretty cool, but
Well, yeah, but it's not an original Zelda game.
Yeah, I mean, because Twilight Princess did technically come out at the. Yeah, you had Wind Waker. Yeah, no, that would be the first one. Yeah, you're right.